Hey, are you looking for a really versatile pack to take on your next overnight or extended backpacking adventure? Got a great choice for you coming up. Hey, if you really like camping, backpacking, rock climbing, and mountaineering, this is the channel for you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you're new here, we're glad you're here. Hey guys, Phil Long here for Sawback Gear. Listen, one of the packs that I've chosen for extended backpacking adventures, or even just an overnighter, is the Osprey Aether 70. Now, the reason I chose this pack is I originally wanted it because I felt like I needed a pack that had a lot of versatility to it. This pack is a great pack for just a really simple overnight trip or an extended one, weeks on end. It gives you a lot of versatility, which is what I really liked about it. The pack is rated at about 35 to 60 pounds that it will carry very comfortably. And I found that even 20 pounds, it'll work just fine. But it really was designed for a lot heavier loads, which we found we've needed recently, especially having to carry not just the regular gear for backpacking, but also all our camera gear too. So the Aether series of packs comes in 3 different variations. It comes in a 60, 70, and an 85 liter capacity. And even the 70 liter line comes in 3 different variations, only slightly smaller or larger than 70 liters. You wouldn't really notice it, but it has really to do with how it's fitted to your body and your torso size. So fitting your pack correctly is going to come really into play. So one of the coolest things about this pack, and the entire Osprey line for that matter, is it comes with a 100% guarantee. In other words, if something happens that's functional on the pack for the life of the pack, they're going to fix it for you if there's any damage to it. So the pack weighs in at about right around 5 pounds. So this is definitely not an ultralight backpacker pack, to be sure. It's designed to carry heavier loads, and if you're an ultralight packer, you're going to be carrying something, fairly light, obviously, because you're moving fast. This pack is probably more designed for somebody who's going to be doing, an average backpacking trip. You're going to go in for a couple of days or a week, or maybe you're going to do the JMT, something to that effect. It's certainly not going to be for anything, PCT or CDT or something like that. So think about that before you decide to buy this pack, what kind of packing that you're going to actually be doing. So one of the things I really liked about this too is its durability. I've used this thing a few times for sure, and it's really held up. It hardly shows any wear at all, so I'm really surprised at the wearability of it. There's a few scuffs and a few markings on it from just normal use, but nothing. It almost looks new, to be perfectly honest. So let's start with the carrying system. The hip belt and the carriage on the back that hold the actual pack perform really, really well. The really cool thing about the waist belt is that it molds to your body. So you can either have that done in the shop when you buy the pack, or just normal wearing the pack as you hike. It's going to mold to your body and give you a really, really nice, comfortable fit. Mine fits great now. It was a little tight in areas, but now it's just really, really worked out well, and it feels very comfortable to wear. Again, we're taking, heavier loads than normal because of all the stuff that we have to carry. And because of that, I wanted to make sure that I was going to have a pack that could take that, and so that it could be comfortable hiking in it, because nothing's worse than being exhausted just by your pack. It does have an internal frame, so it works really well, again, in holding all that gear in place. And it has a fairly slimline silhouette to your body, so it really doesn't stick out on either side, so you're not catching things as you walk by, like branches or bushes or things like that. This pack has an amazing array of compression straps. It's got one on either side at the top. It's got one on either side at the bottom where the mesh pockets for your hydration bottles will go. And these can be either outside of the hydration pouch, or you can put them inside, which is the way I prefer it, because obviously if I'm using a hydration bottle, I want to be able to make sure that I can get to them when I need them. Generally, if I use the mesh pockets for a water bottle, I'll put the water ball on one side and I'll use the other side to hold either my trekking poles or more likely tent poles. So it makes it easier to compact the tent down inside your pack. So again, as far as the compression straps are concerned, they also have them on the outside of the pack. There's a large stretchy pouch on the outside of the pack with 2 compression straps that will not only be in its normal position, but if for whatever reason you've got a really light load, you can bring it all the way around and clip it, and it will compress your pack even more. Finally, it has a compression strap inside the pack so you can cinch down your gear even tighter. With all these straps, your gear is just simply not going to move around, and it's not going to cause you any problems with shifting weight and whatnot. So once you've got it on your back, it's going to feel very comfortable and easy to use. As far as the pack itself, it has the one large compartment, obviously, that holds the bulk of the 70 liters, but that pouch can also be divided into 2 separate sections. One at the lower end if you want to carry your sleeping bag and your sleeping pad, that kind of thing in there, and then the remainder of the pack will hold the rest of your gear. You have access through the top of the pack, but you also have a really cool feature on this, which is a J zipper on the back of the pack. So that it allows you to have access to the interior of the pack in the middle of the pack in case you need to grab something out of that middle without having to pull your whole pack out and take off the lid and open everything up and dig everything out. So I really like that feature because it made it a little bit more friendly to work with. This pack also has an exterior hydration sleeve in it, which I really like. It makes it so easy. As I mentioned in another video that we did, we use hydration bladders all the time. And the thing that we found out is that it's so much easier to pull them in and out without having to get into your pack and move stuff around and try and get that hydration sleeve out of there. It makes a big difference. Really like that feature. So the lid on this pack is really cool too. It has the ability to expand upward in case you've got a lot of gear to carry, and it comes completely off the pack. So if you have a small load, you can take the lid completely off so you're not carrying that extra weight. The lid also has some loops on it so you can attach other gear on top if you're going to take a lot of gear, or if you want to strap your tent or your sleeping pad to the top. The pack harness also has 2 hip pockets on it on either side, obviously, so that you can carry your small items, snacks, that kind of thing. It will fit a phone, barely, but you can get a phone in there. You're just gonna have to work at it. Probably not even a good idea to carry your phone in there just in case you took a tumble or something like that. Finally, as an extra little feature, it has what's called a stow on the go trekking pole attachment. It kind of works really cool in that if you're hiking and you absolutely do not want to stop, you can fold up your trekking poles and it slides in right underneath your left arm, keeping them out of the way. And then if you need them again, you can pull them out right away, and it makes it really convenient to get to your poles when you need them. So again, like I mentioned, this is a little bit older pack. I've had it for, I'm not even sure, 2 or 3 years. I can't remember. But I've had it a while, but like I say, I've used it several times and I love this pack. One of the cool things about it is now their newer packs have an anti-gravity mesh system on the back. That allows it apparently to have a little bit cooler effect, keeping your back cooler when you're hiking, and carries the weight a little bit better. Take a look at it and see if that's going to work for you. I think it's a really great feature. I wish I had waited. I may end up actually upgrading to one of those. Also, along that same line, they've expanded their line of Aether series packs to include what's known as a Pro version. It's a little more what I would call a streamlined version of the Aether pack. And it looks actually really cool. I believe the Aether series has actually been on mountaineering adventures around the world, including Everest, for instance. But it's generally not a mountaineering pack per se, because there's a lot of other options out there for that. But I am interested in taking a look at the Pro version to see how that would work in a mountaineering situation. So guys, all in all, this is a really amazing pack. I'm really happy with the choice. It's made for a lot of fun memories, and it's done its job really well, very comfortably, which is super important to me, and I'm sure it's probably important to you too. Having a comfortable pack makes all the difference in the world. So what I'm really interested in today is to find out what's your favorite pack for this kind of adventure. Go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you guys and hear what you have to say. and start a discussion too. Why not? Let's find out and we'll learn from each other, right? So if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps us out. And if you really like the channel, hit the subscribe button and be a part of our community. We'd love that too. And as always, this is Philip Long, and we hope to see you outside.